After the lovely 85mm f1.8, Brightin Star released this 35mm f1.8 lens that I'm going to review today. Some of you wanted to see a review of this lens, and Brightin Star were kind enough to send me one to review and give you my honest opinion about it. Hello everyone, my name is Andrei Dima, I'm a professional travel photographer and I like to review lenses in beautiful locations, so if that is your thing, subscribe. Let's start with build quality. Just like the 85mm f1.8, this 35mm is very well built. The lens is made from metal, the mount is metal, it has an USB Type-C port for future updates, and a rubber gasket. This lens is splash and dust resistant. Not fully weather sealed, but that is great for a lens in this price range. The lens has a really nice and simple design, white engraved markings, no big branding, and a lens hood that works with the overall design. That is made from good quality plastic. The focus ring is made from metal and it is so nice to use, one of the nicest I've used so far. Turns smoothly and it is nicely damped. Sadly, the Nikon Z version of the lens doesn't have an aperture ring. Only the Sony E version has an aperture ring, but the good news is that this lens costs only $250. If the image quality is good, it should go out of stock fast. On the side you have an AF/MF switch and a function button that can be customized to improve your shooting experience. The lens weighs 430 grams for the Nikon Z mount and 420 grams for the Sony E mount. The minimum focus distance is 40 cm, but more on this later. The optical structure is 11 elements in 8 groups. It has 11 aperture blades and it is 90 mm long. With a grip, this lens balanced very well on my Nikon ZF and it was fun to use while I tested it for this review. The autofocus for photography is fast and while I used the lens, reliable. Got just one missed shot and that was more my fault because I was in a hurry. When it comes to video, the same. Works well, it is reliable, and great news for videographers, this lens has just a bit of focus breathing, as you can see here. What impressed me about this lens is how well it handles flares. You get a bit of flare but no loss in contrast, and I shot this wide open against the sun. Good job, Brightin Star. Chromatic aberrations, again a good performance. You can barely see a bit of purple fringing wide open, but you really need to put it in a really contrasty situation and pixel peep to see it. Loca, longitudinal chromatic aberrations. You can see some wide open, but stopping down to f2.8 makes them go away. Now let's talk about image quality at the minimum focus distance. As I said earlier, it is 40 cm, not the best, not the worst. For this price, at f1.8 the image is soft but with good contrast. Stopping down to f2.8 makes the image look great in my opinion. Bokeh, the transition from in-focus to out-of-focus is nice and smooth. You can get some nice subject separation, but the bokeh has a unique shape in the corners sometimes. I like it, it makes the lens unique. Tell me in the comments what you think about it. Also, you get a bit of swirl sometimes. Image quality. At f1.8 the image is slightly soft but with good contrast and details. The corners are a bit soft and dark from vignetting. Stop down to f2 improves the center and slightly the corners. At f2.8 the center and the mid-frame are really sharp, and the corners slightly soft but they look good in my opinion. And at f4 the center is as sharp as it was at f2.8, but the corners are finally really sharp. Stopping down further won't improve the already good image quality. Another thing I like about this lens and its image quality is the color rendition. It reminds me of the Zeiss 2it 32mm f1.8 for the Fujifilm X mount. Overall, for the price, a good lens, well built, great flare and chromatic aberration control, decent image quality starting from f1.8, fast autofocus and almost no focus breathing. For $229, I think this lens does more than enough. So I can recommend the Brightin Star 35mm f1.8 autofocus lens for Nikon Z and Sony E. It is worth every penny. If this video was helpful, subscribe, this helps me grow the channel and make more videos for you to watch. And if you want to support it even more, use the links in the description at no extra cost to you. Thank you for watching, see you next time.